2, 1.
The Great Christmas Light Fight is on! Ho, ho, ho! Yeah, let's go! The Librarian, come on, let's ride! Packing up my ride with my light fight friends. Cruising down the Dallas where the highway ends. Got a date with magic and my light fight crew. Light fight crew. The Librarian is cruising to the expo floor. Yeah, we're bringing the magic right through the expo door, where the Christmas spirit hits a brand new heights, as big as the Texas sky. Hey, yeah, let's roll. Cruising down to Dallas
Man, back in the library again. And for the third time, I'm talking about something really big, something exponentially big. And that's right, it's the road to Christmas Expo 2026 in Dallas, Texas. And it's been a fun road so far, and that runway is getting shorter. We're getting closer and closer to the third week of July when this event's going to happen. And until then, me, Brian Michael, your librarian, your resource for the Great Christmas Light Fight and anything related to the Christmas industry, is bringing on the heat. And you saw last week when we talked to Joyce, we brought on the vendors, we brought on this guy, we brought on the heat, Mr. Heat Miser it is. And if you remember, Jemmy is one of the vendors that is going to be at Expo this year, so you need to check it out. But we're not going to cool it down today at all. We're going to keep the heat going, although I got a new guest here, Mr. Heat Miser's brother, Snow Miser. He's going to help us temper it a little bit. Also by Jemmy. Come check him out at Christmas Expo. And we're going to get started here. But before I do, you guys know the drill. You've watched before. Hit like, hit subscribe, get your comments in. And after we bring our two special guests on, we will talk everything you want to know about Christmas Expo. And today, specifically, we are going to be talking about decorating the inside of your house. And not only decorating the inside of your house, decorating it like a professional does. And maybe, just maybe, taking it up a notch, becoming your own business, an interior Christmas decorator business, or expanding on your outside decorating business if you have one. So Heather Lundervold will do that for us. We'll introduce her soon, but we'll also talk to Joyce Perhac again. And she's here for the third time, and she's going to give us some more scoops on what's going on with Christmas Expo. So get those comments in. And as you know, before we bring the guests in, we got to get the library in. So the librarian is now officially in. And I think you're going to find out, folks, today that Christmas Expo 2026 really is going to measure up in a big way, exponentially bigger way. So let's do it. Let's get our special guests in, and we'll kick this fun, festive day off in the library once again. And I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. So with no further ado, let me bring my guests into the library. Let's bring in Heather. And whoops, what's not? And let's bring in Joyce. We got Joyce back again. And hey, ladies, good evening, I guess, where you are. Joyce, you're on the East Coast as me. No, we're in the evening. It's after 7. And Heather's all the way in Arizona. It's going to be really, really fun tonight. And I'm excited to continue the road to Christmas Expo. So, Joyce, before we get to Heather here, why don't you tell us what we're going to learn about tonight? Joyce? I think she's still there.
She might be muted.
No, she's there. Oh, there you are. Joyce, can you hear me now?
There
I
she
can hear
is.
you. Can you hear me?
Sorry, that, folks, the librarian made a mistake there. I forgot to add her to the stage. But
Oh,
Joyce, welcome. Sorry if you were talking and I didn't have you on the stage. Why don't you tell us what we're going to talk about tonight, who our special guest is, and then we'll bring Heather in to really elaborate on that. I think she can hear me. All right. We're having technical difficulties with Joyce. Let's go back to Heather. Heather.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Welcome to the library. And I can hear you. Heather, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from, what you do, why you're involved with Expo, and what you're going to be teaching us.
Right. Thanks, Brian, so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. So my name is Heather Lundervold, and I help people make six figures in 6 weeks with the business of Christmas, particularly indoor holiday design. So I am so excited to be at Christmas Expo to teach all the things you need to learn to be a professional designer and make 6 figures in 6 weeks. That's the most exciting part.
Heck, I'd like to make 6 figures in 6 weeks.
Wouldn't we all?
But you do more than that. I mean, I'm looking at your resume. We put it in the YouTube description, and you're involved with 3 great organizations: Christmas Design Institute, which is what you're representing at the expo, but also Elves to the Rescue. I'm curious what that is, and then the PAHD, Professional Association of Holiday Design. And you have 25 years experience doing that. So can you tell us a little bit about that before we get into the meat of the expo and what you're going to be teaching there?
Yes. So Elves to the Rescue is my professional installation company. And I have 10 designers that work for me. And I've been doing this now for actually 26 years. So I always know because I started in the year 2000. So whatever year it is, that's how many years I've been doing this. So I definitely know what I'm doing. It's been just so much fun throughout this entire journey that I've had on the Christmas train is what I call it. And so with that being said, I founded the Professional Association of Holiday Designers, and that is where we come together as an industry and we have community, collaboration, education, and it's just a space where we can all share what we learn. And for newbies that are coming into the industry, we love to have you and join our mission.
I like to say I'm a professional. Like one of my other friends that does a YouTube channel about Christmas, we tried professionally, but none of us are really there. But really cool spin. And let's see if we can get Joyce in again. Let's try it again. So she can talk to us about how she connected with you and the Christmas Design Institute. Joyce, can you give it a try again? See if we can hear you. I don't know what's going on with Joyce. We had her working before.
Yeah, she was here.
Joyce, if you can hear us, maybe try exiting and re-entering the stream. I know you did an interview earlier today and your stream was working, so apologize for the technical difficulties. And it looks like she heard me and is going to try to do exactly what I said, so we'll get Joyce in a minute. But while we're waiting for Joyce, Heather, let's check on some comments and see who's joining us. And folks, get your comments in. Not only introduce yourself and tell us what you're thinking about tonight, but what do you want to learn about the opportunity to take a class at Christmas Expo related to Christmas Design Institute and Heather's organization. And also, what do you want to ask tonight? What do you want to know about Christmas Expo? So we'll check on the comments here. But before I do, I saw Joyce just tried to join back in. Let's see if we have her. Joyce, can you hear us? We heard her talk before, right, Heather?
Yeah, she was here.
Can you hear me, Brian?
Now we hear you. Yes, Joyce. There we go.
And I
Hey.
say that I live in the Bermuda Triangle of internet service. I am not joking.
Well, we apologize to all of our guests. We're going to check on who's joining us here shortly. But if you heard, before I check on the guests, can you tell us how you connected with Heather and Christmas Design Institute, along with your other guests we had last week, Red Sleigh Workshop and Certified Lights? How we get involved with Christmas Design Institute?
Absolutely. First, I want to say that I was falling out of my chair watching you in the intro with the Christmas Expo tape measure telling us that it's going to measure up this year. Very nice intro. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to.
Yeah, there you go. So for several years, we have looked for indoor decorator professionals to add that to Christmas Expo's lineup of classes and education that we offer. It has been nearly impossible to find anybody qualified who is able to teach to do something like that. Heather actually reached out to me first, and I wrote back to her immediately and said, I have been looking for you for years. I am so glad to have that connection, so glad to be partnering with somebody who is such a professional and offers such gorgeous, gorgeous decorations. And she makes it easy for anybody to learn how to do it. So I think this is going to be a really nice addition for Christmas Expo. So thank you,
Yeah,
Heather, and thank you, Brian.
that was awesome because before you got on, that's what I was asking Heather, how'd you connect up? And she, you corroborated her story. So we're glad to
Yeah,
do
well, we
that.
fixed that in advance.
All right, let's check in on the comments because I usually like to get people involved, and there's quite a few of them, and we're going to have more. And then Heather's going to get into some of the things you're going to learn at Christmas Expo. So let's see what we got here and see who's joining. And I'm happy to hear this one. First of all, this is a gentleman who was on the Great Christmas Light Fight, just like I was. Heather, if you did not know, I was on season 11 of the Great Christmas Light Fight, and we actually won the coveted
I
Light
was
Fight
gonna
trophy.
ask.
So make sure you check it out on Disney Plus, season 11, episode 6. But this is Bill Riera, also from Arizona. He was on Light Fight last year, had Santa's Castle. So he is hopefully going to be at Christmas Expo. I believe he said he's going to be there. And I think he tells us this. He's looking forward to that one. So we are as well. You know, my show is geared around Light Fight folks. We do have some more Light Fighters. We have the Slankard family from season 12. I've been to their display in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. They are coming to Christmas Expo this year, and they are going to be on the Light Fight Roundtable panel. So that's Robert and Lori. They love the intro. Hey, you like the car? Some of the suspects in my little intro were these folks from Texas and Oklahoma. Here's a friend I just met, Heather, and he does a great display out in West Virginia. His name's Monty Small, and you know, we've been known to sneak into Cracker Barrels and check out their design stuff and buy blow molds together. If you know what a blow mold is, right? I think you do. You know,
I
these guys.
do.
So, Monty, thanks for joining. Hey, we got another Light Fighter that's going to join in at Christmas Expo. Brandon Brown, Candyland Christmas. Heather, you probably have an eye, obviously, for the interior design. You should see what this guy does outside. He also won the Light Fight trophy in my season, different episode. Don't know if we were up against each other, Brandon. How would it have wound up? I don't want to think about it. What else do we got? Hey, speaking of friends of Expo, Joyce, we got Charlie Byers joining us from Christmas on Crestline. Charlie's going to be doing a marathon of Christmas in July videos. Perhaps you'll be on there, Heather. I don't know. Maybe he's still looking for content, but he's hoping to do a video a day or more live stream of something related to Christmas and Christmas July, and he will be at Christmas Expo. And a fun story is Charlie and I met at Christmas Expo, and we've become great friends. I met him actually before on a show like this, but we became great friends. He's been to my house, and I've said this before, we did a live video right here. He was right next to me, and I fed him some cheesesteaks, and he enjoyed that too. But Charlie, let's go. And we're going to see you at Expo soon. What else? We might as well pop up the other comments. Monty, what were you saying here? Well, let's see what the Slankers are saying again. They're going to float down Dells. Oh, you guys getting the weather out there? We had storms earlier this week. And yeah, I don't know if you guys are watching. Speaking of Light Fighters and a vendor for Christmas Expo, J.R. Matos from Matos Designs. He lives in San Jose, California. And I saw just before I came down on the news, there was an earthquake that was felt as high as San Jose, California. So we'll check that out. I hope he's okay. I saw Kim and I were, Kim's my wife, Heather. We were watching the the news coverage, and they showed a liquor store, and all the wine bottles were falling down and busted. We were like heartbroken. So,
Oh,
a story for another time.
yeah.
What do we got here? Robert's excited to see Light Fight friends, and Robert, hopefully you're excited to learn how to decorate, and not only outside. We want to see you expand inside, and we're going to talk to Heather in a moment. Before we do, we got Willie from Kansas City joining again. Thanks for being here again, Willie. Really excited to have you watching. Speaking of a regular, Joyce, at Christmas Expo and another light fight champion. We got Yvonne Campbell joining us again tonight. She will be at Christmas Expo again, and I'm sure she's going to go to one of these great classes because she's always going to classes. Speaking of friends, Heather, another friend runs a great Facebook group called Christmas Yard Decorations. Stephen, he goes by Griswold Richburg, but Stephen Richburg, thanks for joining, and we're happy to have you. You haven't been on in a couple episodes, so we're glad you are back. What else do we got people saying, or should I save some of these? What is Monty saying again? Charlie and Joyce here together. It must be Christmas in July. You hear that, Joyce? Charlie Byers is here. You're here. He's excited. He said it's like Christmas in July already. Well, I'm excited because Heather's here. I think we're going to go to Heather. And Heather, I think what we want to talk about is, first of all, we got some of your background already. I think we want to talk about what classes are going to be offered, what the format might be. It's changed a little bit from what was posted a while back. I know Joyce has an update she'll be posting, but we're going to break that update today. Why don't you lead into some of the classes, and then I'll pop them up on screen when you're ready to talk about that.
Sure. You can pop them up on screen anytime you want.
Do that.
Yeah,
Now we just found out PDF file. Whoops.
Yeah, it's not as pretty because it was updated this
zoom
morning.
in on it, but we can follow along. Heather has it in front of her that she can read it off. Heather, why don't you talk about the classes, the format, when they're offered? I believe most of them, or not all of them, are actually pre-seminar, pre-core conference classes. So if you can go through all that, I appreciate it. And we'll get back to the comments, folks, that I didn't get to. Hit like, hit subscribe, and let's listen to Heather.
So, Brian, you are correct. Prior to the conference, we're having a 3-day workshop. So the registration is on christmasexpo.com, and you can see there how it breaks down. But essentially, the first 2 days is business, and then some decorating techniques. I call them the foundation pieces. So that's your wreaths, garlands, and tree styling. So I really focus on ribbon techniques and how to create a picture perfect interior tree. And that would be picture worthy is what I call it. And so the 2-day workshop will be a combo of business and decorating techniques. And then the 3rd day will just be tree styling. So can you imagine? We do an entire day just on how to decorate a tree. So there's a lot to learn. But you have to learn that if you're going to be an interior decorator. So that's part of the process. So then we will go into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which those sessions will be broken into also business and styling classes. So Thursday, there's becoming a holiday designer. So this is somebody that is interested in the interior space, and they have a passion for Christmas, and they're just not sure how to become a decorator or a designer, which there is a difference, by the way. So I do go through that. And then hiring and managing team members and creating strategic partnerships. So I see here you have a lot of exterior installers, and that is a perfect strategic partnership with an interior designer. So I talk about that a lot, and you can partner together and really make a lot of revenue. So whether you don't do one or the other, you can still take that client and make money. So come to Christmas Expo because you'll meet a whole bunch of people that you can partner with, and you can make money together instead of just saying, I don't do that. Yes, you do.
I would say, Heather, you and I had a little pre-talk before we went live, and we did talk about, hey, a lot of people that come to these events are usually extreme outside decorators or installers for outside. And for some of the things you said interest me already, because I can think of several displays. They happen to be light fight displays where people build really nice outdoor cases to display stuff that you really can't sit outside. So it's an outside display, but it's encased in, just say, a shed with glass doors or whatever. And not only do they put delicate or vintage figures in there, or blow molds like we have here, they put animatronics, they decorate trees, they do backgrounds, they do a lot of props and bow work and tree work. So I'm thinking that we can learn a lot from that.
There's definitely, it's called the principles of design. And that's what I teach in the styling classes. So there is certain ways to make the decor look really, really pretty. But when you're working, I primarily work in the luxury space. So when you have a luxury client, there is an expectation. Usually well, for me, I'm working in multi-million-dollar homes. And so you want the decor to match the environment. And that's what I teach too, which is the next class, which is going from Hobby Lobby to luxury. So that's really the conversion. And there's nothing wrong with Hobby Lobby. I love that store. However, there is a difference in styling and how you want to bring that decor into the home. Also, we go into making 6 figures in 6 weeks with interior design. So this is my favorite thing to teach. I think it's very underestimated that people don't understand how much money you can really make. So you can even make 7 figures, but that's, a lot for people to take in. So I talk about 6 figures. That's very, very doable. I've been doing that for 26 years.
I'd like to make 6 figures with my Christmas display. I know some installers do exterior, but it'd be great that if they're not doing inside spaces, what they can learn about inside. So tell us more.
Right. So again, that partnership. And so what I've really discovered is it happens on both sides. So the interior decorators, I'm not going to go on a roof or do anything outside, and I don't train my team to do that. So unfortunately for me, all these years, I've just told my clients, I don't take that job. I don't do that. And I have literally left 7 figures on the table for sure. And so now what I teach is whether you're exterior or interior, come together and do both, or find that strategic partnership and then do a referral. So you can do exchanges, or you can hire subcontractors to do the work for you. And that's where the Professional Association of Holiday Designers comes in. I have a designer for hire program. So if you're an exterior installer and you're just thinking, no way, this is not for me, I don't know how to do it, it's scary, I don't have anybody to hire, well, that's where I come in. So I'm solving all these problems so that we can all rise up, serve our clients, not turn down any jobs. And at the end of the day, you make more money. So that's what's exciting.
I like what I'm hearing. I know Joyce likes what she's hearing. Joyce was on another Christmas installer podcast this morning or this afternoon, and I was listening in, and they actually talked about this today. One of the guys said, well, I don't do anything inside. And Joyce mentioned how Christmas Design Institute can help in that you're going to get these clients that maybe want a whole package. And it sounds great that your association can bring those together. Expo's bringing those together. Joyce, maybe you could talk about how, we interviewed Stacy and Patrick from Red Sleigh Network last week, and we interviewed Certified Lights. How do all these maybe tie together at Expo, Joyce?
It really is offering an opportunity for all aspects and segments of the decorating industry. So as Heather said, if you're an installer and a client asks you, will you decorate the inside? Don't say no. Reach out. There are resources available where you can find somebody to do the inside. And if it's your client, you subcontract it, it all works. But it's, as Heather said, allowing everybody to rise up in the industry, which makes everything stronger, and working together is the best way to go.
Yeah, I like that. I think, one of the best things about going to an event like Christmas Expo, which again is going to be exponentially bigger, is the networking, not just the social networking, but for example, I'll bring up Monty if he's still listening. And by the way, hit subscribe, get your comments in. I'll bring up Monty, who is one of the guests here. We met at an event, and he knew I was on the Great Christmas Light Fight. And then he said, here's what I'm looking to do in my house. And we sat down and drew out how he might be able to accomplish that. And then when I saw him again a couple weeks ago at a different event, I said, did you ever do that? And he said, I actually did. And it worked. I did exactly what he said to me, and it helped me out. So I think getting it not only from fellow hobbyists, but getting it from somebody who does this professionally, I think is a great, great opportunity. Want to expand on that maybe, Heather, what you think?
So my dogs were barking, so I had to mute my mic and I got totally distracted because they were going bonkers.
What kind of dogs? We like dogs. We're friends. We're pet friendly.
We do like them, but not when we're trying to do a live stream.
So I
Yeah.
guess, I don't know if you heard my comment then. I was basically asking if I'm a hobbyist and I'm here and I see all these Red Sleigh Network, Certified Lights, Christmas Design Institute, it might seem overwhelming. Oh, they're just here
Right.
for people that want to go commercial. How can I like bring all these together and improve my display? And then maybe it sparks an interest for doing something professionally.
Right. Yeah. So everybody has something to teach, right? We all have different industry experiences. So even I mean, when I met Stacy, I've already learned so much from her, and I don't do anything in the commercial space on that scale. I do resorts, but I don't do shopping malls or any, like I said, nothing outside. And so what what what's really nice about it is if I have a question or I have a client and I want to do that, now I know somebody to reach out to and either partner with her or him or whoever is doing these types of installs that you don't do. Now you can. So we're back to that original point where now you can cover all the bases and you don't have to turn down this work anymore. You can cover it all and then you can serve your client better.
So I'm curious, maybe this doesn't apply to Expo, or maybe it does. Um, I've been in a lot of resorts at the Christmas time, the Gaylord, and you name the hotel. Is that the kind of commercial space you're doing? And then out beyond that, are you doing more the smaller trees and all, or do you get into the big panel trees, or how do you help coordinate in that? I'm just curious.
So for me, I typically inside, it's a very luxury space. So you're generally in a client's living room or a family room, or we're doing the whole inside of the home. So I've learned the terminology a little bit of the outside. So tower tree, which I've learned, I don't do that. But we will do a 20 inside. We do that for a retirement home. So we do the larger trees, but they're just a different structure, right? So an interior tree is going to be essentially a pine tree. It's not going to be the metal ring where you have the tower tree, so to speak. So it's a little bit of a different process, but the scale can still be the same. So it just depends on the job.
Who would have known? I do know a few friends in the hobby who do commercial installs on inside spaces. So it is a different beast, but I could use help with my Christmas tree. Not so fun fact here for what it's worth, Joyce and Heather, and my wife knows this. I don't know if she's watching tonight because she's upstairs, but I don't like decorating Christmas trees. I kind of pull it out from the attic. I pop it up. We used to do a live one until we moved to Oklahoma for a while, and we would come home every Christmas. We got concerned about a tree drying up. So we got a really nice 12-foot tree. I put it up. It's pre-lit. I'll get the ornament box down, but then the wife and the kids got to put it up. What might inspire me in your class that I'll actually enjoy decorating a Christmas tree?
Well, we also work with our clients with the heirloom ornaments. And so what we can do is come in, we can actually style your tree, and then all you have to do is just put those heirloom ornaments on. So you will love that process, I promise. It will make it really easy for you.
Joyce, do you put up a tree? Do you decorate a tree?
I have in the past put up as many as 4 trees in one holiday season. Not so much anymore because I'm always busy getting Christmas Expo off the ground, but yes, I am an indoor decorator.
Impressive. And by the way, I do decorate indoors. I collect, in addition to my big outside display, my wife and I collect inside decorations, and I'm very fond of 1950s, 60s, and into the 70s, hard plastic candy containers and vintage indoor blow molds and other vintage decorations. And my wife used to have a huge giant Department 56 Snow Babies collection. And we do that. It takes a long time, but it's fun. Hey, folks, hit like, hit subscribe, get your comments. And matter of fact, we're going to check on a few people that I didn't ignore. I just didn't get to you yet. So let's see what they have to say. Rich is saying, great show. Heck of a job. Love watching. It's my dad, by the way. Colin Fitzgerald is joining from Oregon. Yep. You just mentioned it, 6 months. I saw a post before we went live, and I didn't get the chance to check the veracity of the claim. If you ever watched my cousin Vinny, the veracity of the claim. today apparently is halfway to Christmas. I usually see a bunch of posts, so that's what's making me say, are you sure? But it's roughly halfway to Christmas. I don't know. Somebody check it for me. What else do we got here? Monty, Joyce, he says him and his wife decorate inside as much as outside, and they're excited to hear what Heather has to say. On the flip side, Heather, unfortunately, Monty is a supporter of Expo, but he does not fly, so he's not going to come this year.
Well, we can relay the message.
Yeah, we'll get you there, Monty. By the way, Yvonne, season 12 light fight champion out of North Carolina, she's coming again. She confirmed, and she's hoping to be on the Great Christmas Light Fight Roundtable, which I will be at as well. Oh, we already talked this one. Charlie and Joyce together, Christmas in July. It sure is. It sure is. Folks, hit like, hit subscribe, get your new comments in. Let's move it along a little bit. Joyce, not switching topics a little bit, but it's a perfect time for an update that was posted. We're getting close to the deadline to take advantage of the rate for the hotel. Can you tell us about that?
The hotel rate is $139 a night, which is a phenomenal rate for the Dallas area. It's a very nice hotel, and all of our activities will be right there. So you really want to stay in the host hotel. The expiration is on Sunday, June 28th, which is this Sunday. So if you're planning to attend, get your hotel reservation made immediately.
I made my reservation, and I'm sure Heather made a reservation because she's going to be there. So, folks, make your reservation and come hang out with the librarian and all these other great people at Christmas Expo. There's going to be a lot of fun things. We're going to get to Heather again on some more updates on the classes. But are you coming to Expo? Don't be shy. Type in the comments and let us know. Or have you been to an Expo before, and what did you like, and what do you want to know that's changed differently? We did get the scoop, like I said. We're gonna have lots of friends there. Come hang out with the folks that make this. Come hang out with all the other great vendors and sponsors. Go to the Christmas Expo community Facebook page. Join that if you haven't, and watch my recap where Joyce goes over the exclusive scoop of the vendors up to date. So check that out. All right. By the way, another light fight friend joining. This is the Lunar family. They were on last year and won their episode. Goes to a lot of minis, but I think he says he has family commitments, daughters stuff, so not going to be able to make it to the Expo unless something changes. Kim wants to hang out with Candace, Brad. You got to make it happen. Joyce, what are you excited about for having Christmas Design Institute? Are you going to try to, I know you probably don't have time to sit on a class, but like if you could, what class would you want to take?
I have to sit on the bow making class. As many years as I've tried that, it's not a skill that I've been able to master, so I cannot wait to see Heather in action and see that actually happen. I'm going to take my bows to a whole new level thanks to Heather.
I probably need that too, Heather. I didn't look. My wife would probably say, can you please offer a Christmas present wrapping class, because I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
I don't think that was on the list, but
Yeah.
very exciting.
I
Hey,
do
Heather,
teach that class.
you do teach a class? Maybe
Do
it
teach
could
that.
be like a subclass. I
Little
don't know.
private instruction, maybe.
Yeah.
Heather, where can we learn about Christmas Design Institute besides coming to the Expo? Is there a website address? I didn't get a chance to put it in, but if you want to type it in the chat later, or and we could pop it up, or just say it here.
Right. So christmasdesigninstitute.com is the website, and there you'll find all kinds of fun stuff. There's an event calendar, and I have 9 certification programs. So there's actually 3 academies. One is the tree styling, and then the decorating course, and then the business course. So there's 3 ways that you can learn how to decorate. And then I have a CEU course for interior designers or anyone that needs CEU credit. I also offer that.
Ooh, I remember that. Continuing education credits. Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I don't know. Is that something that came through the association, or do you have to go get that coordinated with a college or some kind of board somewhere? That's interesting.
Yeah, it's you have to be approved. So it's the International Design Continuing Education Council that approves the courses.
That's awesome. Learn it at the website, Christmas Design Institute, and I'm excited. Joy, speaking of excited, I was digging. I save stuff, not everything. I'm not a hoarder. Like on HGTV, there was another show about decorating. I don't know if you ever saw it, Heather. It's called Hoarding for the Holidays. It was on last year. A lot of friends on that show, a lot of past light fighters on that show. But I found my my 2024 badge. Joyce, look at that.
There you
Cool?
go.
Christmas Expo right there, and it even lit up. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
So hey, you could have a badge too, and you can join all of us here at the Christmas Expo later in July. Get your registrations in. Don't forget, folks, the room block closes. I'm looking at my watch here. Is that this weekend? Yes, it is. Get it in. Get the best rate. If not, I'm sure there'll still be rooms, but you're going to pay more. And we want to see you there. We want to see who's coming to Christmas Expo. So what do we got here to check in here? Bill, what did you say? Oh, that's right. There was another event in Florida early this year, and Bill was coming to that, bought his airfare, and had a family emergency. So he's looking forward to meeting a lot of folks at the Texas event here at Christmas Expo in Dallas. Speaking of Texas, here's a Texan, Ennis, Texas, fellow Light Fight alumni as well, the Mock family. That's interesting, Joyce. He says he can find a cheaper rate on Trivago. I guess if you can, take advantage of it, you know. Who knows? I don't know if it's the same room, but there are some people that maybe $139 still too expensive. So if you can get a better rate somewhere, feel free, but the room blocks are going fast on the Christmas Expo site. Oh, here's somebody fun. It's my other half. She's going to be there. Who of Christmas will be there too. So if you don't know, Kim and I are at a lot of events. She has to have some assistance in a wheelchair, and I'm known, Heather, and it's not on purpose. And she knows I'm known to, like, oh, I'll be right back. And I do a lot of videos and pictures, and I get accused of leaving her behind. But she always meets a lot of new friends. Hon, I'm glad you're listening. And I know you're probably saying, I'm ready for dinner soon. Oh, what's Monty asking here? I assume Heather's classes at the Institute are web-based. Is that correct? And how long are they? Great question. I mean, not an Expo question, but if somebody goes Expo, really likes your classes and wants to get more, are your classes offered through Christmas Design Institute web-based, or is everything in person?
So my certification programs are online and they're self-guided, and you have lifetime access. And if you don't want to be certified, there is a route for that too. So you can choose. I do also do in-person workshops. I also do Zoom sessions. I also do private mentoring. So Joyce, if you want to have a private bow making class, I do that. And so
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I teach anything through Zoom and also in person. So this is why Christmas Expo is so awesome, because I actually get to teach in person. So everyone needs to come, because hands-on is obviously much easier than online, but I do offer both.
Monty, thank you for asking that question. Heather, thanks for explaining. And Joyce, if you want to go to the bow making class, I'm sure you always need that extra finger to push down and hold it so you can tighten the bow, or maybe there's a trick. Come find out at the Christmas Expo at one of the classes. So maybe I always need bows. By the way, Heather, I don't know about you, but my mother-in-law, you know, all the little tinsel, whatever bows you get in the bags with the little sticky thing. I think my mother-in-law still has them, like 500 of them from 1970, because every time we take one, oh, got to save that. Got to save that. So maybe we'll learn a tip that you don't have to save that. You can make your own and recycle them other ways.
And hopefully those don't have lead, because I learned in the 70s that the real tinsel, it was literally lead.
Well, yeah, if you used to have the train going around your tree and the tinsel would fall down, which we had that, it would spark or short out the transformer. So yeah. That's fun.
Tinsel was a trend last year.
By the way, Heather, do you do it? You probably don't have time, but do you do an outside display at all?
Outside?
Yeah.
There isn't one single bulb that goes outside of my house. I don't know how to do it.
I don't know,
It's
folks. If you're coming to
difficult.
Expo, I think we got to make sure in Heather's free time that she goes to one of the classes to learn how to decorate the outside of her house. So I think we
Right.
can make that happen. And I think that Joyce can make that happen. Joyce, it's been great so far. We're on third installment of the road to Christmas Expo. Um, what else might you want people to know? An update from last week. Is there anything new? Anything we should look for? Any timing for updates on websites, etc.? Can you let us know?
Yes, I'd be happy to. I have been so busy that I haven't had a chance to make updates as I should, but keep watching the Facebook community page and the website, and I will get them up there as soon as possible. But I can share that I have a couple of additional classes that will be offered, and I'll read those off for you.
Oh, nice. Let's
One
get
is,
you're getting the scoop here on the librarian, Joyce. Let's hear what some of the new classes
yeah,
are.
yeah, nobody knows about these yet. Planning and designing your first Smart Pixel Christmas light show. That's going to be a
Mm,
1 hour course. Ask a Lightorama professional. If you're having any problems with Lightorama, you can ask and get that solved in the class. Applying structural design to prop supports. Do you want to build a wireframe?
Ooh,
How to raise money for a charity at your display.
sounds like a great class.
Exponential impact, a light fight guide to a TV ready display. Let me
Wonder who's
see, who's
teaching
going to
that.
offer that one?
Yeah, I wonder who's offering that one.
Yeah,
Just
I
find
think
out,
I
maybe.
know who.
Come out to Expo and you'll find out.
Right. Another class will be interactivity, adding buttons to your display, and permanent lighting, helping contractors grow nationwide. And I still have a couple of more classes that are in the approval stage, so that is not the final list yet.
You're blowing my mind again, Joyce, with making Expo exponentially bigger. And like I said, my buddy's back. His mind is still whoosh, blown, and he's seen the light thanks to Rudolph guiding him, and for watching the librarian here and getting the scoop on all this Expo stuff. And we appreciate you sharing it here. And folks, you got to come to Christmas Expo 2026. You got to come hang out with me, the librarian, and Mrs. Librarian, all these light fighters. You got to hang out with Joyce. You got to hang out with Heather. You got to hang out with the folks from Certified Lights and Red Slate Workshop. You got to hang out with all the different vendors that are coming. Go watch that video on the Christmas Expo community page where I posted all the vendors that Joyce let out. You got to come. And you can do that by registering at christmasexpo.com. Registration is open now. Matter of fact, this is what it looks like on the site. So go there. You can see your options for all these pre-classes, like the interior decorating classes with Christmas Design Institute, Heather and her team. And you can see all the other classes. It's going to be a great event to hang out with everybody. And I'm excited. And I think all of us here on the webcast tonight are excited. Get your comments in. We're getting close to wrapping this up. But Heather, back to your classes. And maybe I missed it. Maybe you said it because I'm here running all this stuff at once. Are you the only instructor, or do you have a team there that's instructing?
I'm doing all the instructing, but I will have help. So I'll have other designers that are graduates from my academy. They'll be there as well.
Nice. And like I said to Joyce, I can provide a finger to help tie the bow. I'm
You
gonna
need
check
to
in
come to the
sometime.
bow class because we don't use fingers to hold the bow. So I'll show
By
you
the
a
way,
different way.
yeah, there has to be a trick. And there has to be a trick to using less tape to wrap a present. But anyway,
Right.
Lori Slanker says, I mentioned I leave Kim alone sometimes while I walk away to go take a video. And Lori's hung out and hung out with her. So we appreciate that. Patrick saying he is the one doing, do you want to build a wireframe? I know he builds great wireframes. I've seen them in person at his display. And what is Lori asking? Will there be any special guests from the Great Christmas Light Fight? So if you don't know this, Heather, again, a lot of light fight geeks in this show. The show's been shelved for this upcoming season. Doesn't mean it's gone. We're hopeful it'll be back. There is going to be this round table, and it's still going to happen without, usually we have the executive producer or somebody there. Joyce, last we talked, Kristen Moss was still planning on attending to not only hang out with us, but do the round table. Do you know if that's still true?
That is still true. To the best of my knowledge, Kristen will be there with us. And she is a very long time casting producer for the Great Christmas Light Fight, so she knows all about it and can give you the scoop on what might be happening next.
And by the way, she's gone to expos before, and I was finally, of all the people I've met from Expo, I've met all the judges, and well, I haven't met Carter, but I met Tanya, I met Brady, Felicia. I've interviewed the voice of the Great Christmas Light Fight. I've seen a lot of light fighters. I've met AJ and several other casting. I've never met Kristen. We were supposed to meet at the Kansas City one, and I don't know if you remember. That's when she was flying out that morning, and that's when the airlines all lost their reservation system, and she kept trying to get there and got canceled. But now she moved from California and lives in Texas, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going on it that she moved because she wanted to be near Christmas Expo. Maybe.
I'll take that.
Hey, get your comments in, folks. Hit like, hit subscribe. We're going to get here and wrap things up. I'm going to give Heather one last opportunity to talk about the classes, what you might expect, or whatever words of wisdom or encouragement she might get to make you consider if you're on the fence about coming to Expo. And there's no reason you should, because we talked about a lot of great things that why it's going to be bigger and better this year. But Heather, what do you got for us that you can kind of wrap us up here and get us on the other side?
Right. So we talked about the bows. So, you know, everybody should come to that class. That's a really good class, whether you're an exterior installer. You know, I don't know if you've had this experience, but sometimes you have to make bows for outside too, you know, on a fence or a door or something. It's just a really good skill to have, and also be able to teach that to your team. So if it comes up, you're prepared and you can handle that task if a client asks you to do so. And then also launching your business. So Brian, I have a tip for you too. I actually teach people how to decorate their trees, and I've had a rental business for many years. So tip of the trade here, this is a secret. I do not take my trees apart. I store them decorated. So they live in my garage, fully decorated on wheels. And when I want to bring them in the house, I just wheel them in the house, fluff them, make them pretty, and they're done.
I don't know if I'd have room to do that, because my garage is filled with blow molds and other things. But I do have my aunt, when she was younger, they used to put a big trash bag over their tree and shove it in the corners. So that's a great tip, especially if you have the space.
And you don't like to decorate. So you don't have to decorate. You can just keep it decorated from year to year. You don't have to do the work.
Like hanging that tie up in the closet. You pull it off around your neck and hang the tie up in the closet, right?
Well, what it really applies to is rentals. So if you're not already doing rentals, you are missing the boat, because it is very, very lucrative. It's really easy to facilitate, and it's very, very popular. So I love to teach people how to start and run a successful rental business as well. We also have DIY holiday floral arrangements. So if you're doing interior designing, oftentimes you will be asked to make floral arrangements. Your clients will ask you to do everything. So it's good to have these skills in your toolbox. And then the 6-figure interior holiday design blueprint. This is a very intricate way to scale your company, and just adding 6 to 7 figures with interior holiday design. So it's on top of what you're doing if you're in the exterior space, or reverse. So it's a nice marriage. And then resorts, talking about those commercial clients and luxury clients. And then lastly, we have the tablescape class. So again, if you're doing interior, you probably will be asked to set a holiday table from time to time. So it's another good tool to have in your toolbox.
Hey, I've been known to be Brian Crocker. I cook some around the house. There's some other acronyms my wife's given me tied to famous cookers and chefs and all. But anyway, folks, just like you've earned your library card from coming and watching the Librarian, come on. This is my badge from 2024. I'm going to get a new badge. I'm also going to present again there. I'm going to do a live from the event. We're going to meet people. We're going to hang out. And you got to sign up. You got to register for Christmas Expo. Again, I'm a broken record here, but you know things, it's got to sink in a little bit. So do that. So the way we're going to get things to sink into is let's hear what Joyce has got to wrap us up with, and we'll get everybody on their way for a great hump day here, Wednesday night, halfway to Christmas, so we're told. Joyce, what do you got to wrap us up here and make things exciting about the exponential size of Christmas Expo 2026?
Christmas Expo 2026 is going to be unlike any other event that you've ever seen or been to in the past. Putting all of these different segments together under one roof, people are going to be learning from each other. Even if you don't do residential or commercial installations, there's still knowledge available to you, but you won't get that knowledge unless you attend Christmas Expo. So you need to be there.
Folks, you heard that. You need to be there. We all need to be there. I want to be there. Airfare's booked, hotels booked. I got the rate, and it's a good rate. I got the rental car going. We got some other plans going with some other friends to do some activities outside the event, which is another great thing. We're going to be hanging out in the hotel with everybody. We're going to meet everybody we've met here on the library. So Joyce and Heather, I really appreciate you all coming on tonight, giving us an update on the road to Christmas Expo. Please go back and watch all the episodes. They're out there on the YouTube channel. Hit like, hit subscribe. It's going to be fun, folks. It's going to be exponentially bigger, and I'm taking this thing out to all 25 feet because I'm going to need it, because Expo is going to measure up. Ladies, Joyce, Heather, everybody joining tonight, I really thank you for listening to the Librarian. Again, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll get back to you with another update on Christmas Expo in the next couple of weeks. Check out the Christmas Expo Facebook group and the website to learn more. Joyce will get that updated over the next few weeks, and we hope to see you there. So folks, my better half came up with this, and I'm going to end it again like this. The library, it's now closed.
Yeah!